When Aiman had nothing, she valued every person who stood beside her. But when she finally got everything, she started believing she didn't need anyone, and life had a lesson waiting for her.
Aiman was born into a simple family where every day was a struggle. Her father worked a small job, and her mother did everything she could to support the family. They were not poor in love, but money was always a problem. Every month, her parents sat together to manage their expenses. Rent, groceries, electricity bills, school fees. Sometimes, after paying everything, there was almost nothing left.
But whenever Aiman needed something for her studies, her parents never made her feel that they were struggling. Her father would smile and say, "Don't worry about anything. Just focus on your studies. Your success is our happiness." Aiman didn't understand their sacrifices when she was young, but as she grew older, she started noticing everything. She noticed her father wearing the same old clothes for years. She noticed her mother saving small amounts of money, but spending them on Aiman's books and education. One day, Aiman saw her mother repairing an old bag instead of buying a new one. She asked, "Mom, why don't you buy a new bag?" Her mother smiled and replied, "This one is still fine. Why waste money when your books need it more?" That night, Aiman couldn't sleep. For the first time, she understood that her dreams were not only her dreams. Her parents were building those dreams with their sacrifices. She promised herself, "One day, I will give my parents a life where they don't have to worry about money." Years passed. Aiman studied with determination. The journey was not easy. There were times when she failed. There were times when she felt tired. There were people who told her, "Dreams like this are not for everyone." But every time she wanted to give up, she remembered her parents' sacrifices. She knew she couldn't stop. Finally, after years of hard work, Aiman got a good job. The day she received the confirmation letter, she couldn't believe it. She ran home with tears in her eyes. Her parents were sitting outside their house. She hugged them and said, "I got the job." Her father became emotional. Her mother covered her face and cried. When Aiman received her first salary, she bought a gift for her father. She bought something special for her mother. Her father looked at the gift and said, "I don't need anything more. Seeing my daughter standing on her own feet is the biggest gift." Those moments were unforgettable. Slowly, Aiman's life started changing. She earned more. She helped her parents. She improved their home. The days of worrying about every small expense were slowly disappearing. For the first time, her parents could relax. Everyone around them was proud of Aiman. People said, "She proved that hard work can change destiny." And Aiman felt happy. But slowly, something started changing inside her. With success came comfort. With comfort came pride. Aiman started feeling that she was different from others. When she saw people struggling financially, she no longer felt connected to them. She started thinking, "I worked hard and reached here. Why can't everyone do the same?" When an old friend called after many years, instead of feeling happy, she wondered, why is she calling me now? Does she need something? When a relative visited, she thought, they probably came because they know I am successful now. Slowly, Aiman started seeing people through the eyes of money. She forgot that once, she was also the person who needed someone's support. The same girl who once dreamed of helping others began avoiding people. She didn't realize it, but success was slowly changing her heart. One day, something happened that showed everyone how much Aiman had changed. She was walking through a market when she saw someone familiar. It was an old neighbor who had helped her family during their difficult days. He smiled and called her name. Aiman? Is that really you? Look how much you have grown. For a moment, she remembered her childhood. She remembered those difficult days. But then, she looked at his simple clothes and thought, maybe he wants something from me.
Instead of stopping and talking, she gave a small smile and walked away. The man stood there quietly, and for the first time, Aiman didn't realize that she had not just ignored a person. She had ignored a part of her own past. After that day, Aiman continued moving forward, but the person she had become was very different from the girl who once had dreams of making everyone happy. She became more confident, but that confidence slowly turned into arrogance. At her workplace, everyone knew Aiman was talented. She was hardworking, she was intelligent. But working with her became difficult. If someone gave her advice, she would say, I know what I am doing. If someone disagreed with her, she felt they were challenging her. She stopped listening. She stopped accepting mistakes. She believed that because she had achieved success, she was always right.
One day, her team was working on an important project. One of her colleagues noticed a problem and tried to warn her. Aiman, I think we should check this again before moving forward. But Aiman ignored the advice. She replied, I don't need anyone to tell me how to do my work. She was confident everything would go perfectly. But it didn't. The project faced a major problem. The company suffered a loss. When the management investigated, they realized that Aiman had ignored important suggestions from her team. Her manager called her and said, Aiman, your talent brought you here, but your attitude is the reason you are falling behind. Those words hurt her ego.
She couldn't accept that someone was questioning her. But a few days later, she lost her job. At first, Aiman was not worried. She thought, I am talented. I will get another job easily. But days became weeks. Weeks became months. The same confidence she once had slowly started breaking. During interviews, people were not only interested in her experience, they wanted to know how she worked with others. And every rejection reminded her of her mistakes. Slowly, her lifestyle started changing. The things she once bought without thinking became difficult to afford. The comfortable life she created started disappearing. But the biggest pain was not losing money. It was realizing that many people she pushed away were no longer there.
The phone that once had many calls became silent. The people she thought wanted her money were simply people she had hurt with her behavior. One evening, Aiman sat alone in her room. She opened an old box. Inside were pictures from her childhood. A picture of her father coming home tired from work. A picture of her mother smiling while making food. A picture from the day she got her first job.
She looked at the old Aiman in those pictures. That girl was happy. That girl was grateful. She whispered, "Where did I lose myself?" A few days later, her childhood friend Ria came to meet her. Aiman felt embarrassed. She said, "You must be thinking I failed."
Ria smiled and replied, "No, Aiman. I think you finally got a chance to find yourself again."
Aiman looked confused. Ria continued, "Do you remember who you were before success? You respected everyone. You valued small things. But after success, you started thinking you were above people." Aiman became silent because she knew every word was true. Ria said, "Your biggest loss was not losing your job. Your biggest loss was losing the kindness that made people love you." Those words touched Aiman's heart. For the first time, she accepted her mistake. She didn't blame anyone. She didn't blame circumstances. She blamed herself. Aiman started changing. She apologized to people she had hurt. She learned to listen. She started respecting everyone, no matter what job they did or how much money they had. After some time, she found a new job. But this time, she was different. She was still ambitious. She still wanted success. But she no longer believed success made her better than others. Years later, when someone praised her achievements, she smiled and said, "The best thing I achieved was not money or success. It was learning how to remain a good human being after achieving them." Never let success make you forget the struggles that shaped you. Money can change your lifestyle, but humility is what makes people respect you.